What's up, my beautiful people? I hope you're all doing well out there in Instagram and YouTube land. What's up? What's up? Thank you guys very much for joining me, or I don't know, coming on kind of late, impromptu energy report that I was feeling like I needed to really connect with you guys right now. So whoever's jumping on is jumping on, but this is the weekend energy report for the weekend of December 12th to the 13th. Now, I chose to go live and last minute just because I've been, we have a lot of really powerful and intense energies going on this weekend. And we're entering this portal, right? Like we have the 11-11 and the 11-22. Now we have to 12-12 going to 12-21, which is really, we all know what's sandwiched in between all that, right? All this energy with, especially with Saturn at the anorectic degree. I want to talk about Saturn at 29 degrees. Saturn, all of our lessons from the last 2.5 years, while Saturn has been in Capricorn, that and more, of course, really actually since the last time Saturn was in Capricorn back 28 years ago in 1983. So this energy, it's like a culmination of our entire, like, depending on how old you are, our entire lives. Vibration, our entire lives, consciousness is literally being like sucked out of us in a way and being like ripped open. And Saturn is about karma. So a lot of people learn a lot of karmic lessons right now. And we're seeing this everywhere in the world. With the Neptune square the nodes, this is like feeling like we can barely handle it. This is like, this energy is so intense. So a lot of people we're going to be finding are slipping into, utilizing things to mitigate the pain, whether it's emotional pain or physical pain. This is not, I would say addiction, okay? But addiction, a lot of people have a misunderstanding of what addiction really is. Addiction is anything that pulls your life out of balance. That could be addiction to work, addiction to a thought, addiction to a belief system, addiction to sex, addiction to money, addiction to like spending money, addiction to substances, addicted to, being right. I mean, there's so many things, and whatever things that pull us out of balance are like at the forefront of our life right now. And not only that, we have, we're going to be having coming up on Monday, of course, when we have this solar eclipse, this energy building up, with Saturn sitting here at this anorectic degree until the 17th. So today's the 11th. So 6 more days, so the entire week is going to be sitting at this degree with Jupiter just getting closer and closer and closer. So not only do we have Saturn sitting here, that's just so incredibly potent and teaching us the karmic lessons like only Saturn can do. Now we have Jupiter coming here, finishing up a 20-year cycle and rattling this shit home. But the good thing is once Saturn gets past this anorectic degree and Jupiter comes with it, it's like Jupiter is the deep cleaner that's sucking all this shit up and moving it through. But to add to this, okay, all the South Node energy it's all of our karmic lessons are sitting in front of our face, and the Sun and Mercury at the South Node with Neptune square the Sun and Neptune and the South Node. We're seeing visions where we're seeing how we fucked up. We're seeing where things went wrong. We're seeing the patterns, and this needs to be seen, right? This absolutely needs to be seen, but it is such an intense energy that I would say be easy on yourself, but the energy is not really going to allow us to really fully be, easy per se. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult weekend, and of course we come to this culmination. It's like a culmination within the culmination. There's going to be more like throughout the next week, but the culmination within the culmination this next week coming up, this weekend is the preparation for next week. You're going to feel drawn to things. And when you feel drawn to them, it's probably going to remind you of either something in the past, a past life maybe, or, you know, with everything going on in the world. Like, I know for me, you know, I was in the military for 10 years. And I remember a lot of like the military practice things, you know, that we did at NTC and JRTC was like crowd dispersal and dealing with like, you know, crowd control and shit like that. And we're hearing all this rumor about this potential, you know, war, which, I mean, all the signs of the astrology are there, guys. It just depends. Like it sounds like, I don't know. It's hard to say what's going to happen, what's not, because of course with Neptune square the nodes, there's a lot of unknown illusionary and delusionary energy out there. So the media is trying to get us to see one thing one way, when really it's the opposite way. And there's things going on behind the scenes that are being maneuvered, and you really have to know how to look in between the lines. Now, with all this going on, the most important thing we can do is take care of ourselves. So if this kind of shit stresses you out in a bad way, don't put your energy into it. Some people are meant to be able to sit in this kind of energy and work with it, even in a high vibration. Most people, though, it's something that sucks you in. The more you have, what's up, Karma? The more you have control and knowledge of self and coming from your heart space, the more you're able to hold your boundaries when it comes to very profound, stressful situations like these. But this is, again, why it is so very important to have a good community on your side. And the people that are in our life right now that we are getting along with and connecting with, the bonds are deepening exponentially, like very, very much so. And the people that are leaving our lives, that energy is becoming very obvious as well, and say, hey, this just ain't working anymore. It's time to go, right? And, you know, of course, on Sunday, you know, Mars comes up to 20 degrees, so it's only 3 degrees away from Pluto. So not only do we have Saturn at the anorectic degree, which we didn't have last time, we had the Pluto Mars square. We have this now, and we're going to have Venus coming up into the 29th degree of Scorpio too, sextiling Jupiter and Saturn there at the 29th degree. So you want to talk about deep intensity. Now, this is where we have to be careful though. Like Venus sextile to, well, Pluto, then Jupiter, then Saturn, because it's basically going through all three from now till, you know, about the 15th, 16th. That energy is get lost in substances, getting like lost in our the way that we compensate. Right now, we all do it, so it's important not to beat yourself up if you are going to be doing that. Right, very, very important. On the same token, though, be careful not to throw yourself overboard. This is where people are going to start fucking freaking out. All right, and with this 12-12 portal, this is saying, keep your body and your mind as clean and pure as possible. Okay? It's going to be important that we're not consuming toxins per se. Because as our vibration is raising, if this is blocking anything that needs to raise up, it's going to cause problems in our body. That's how quickly this vibration is raising. And 12-12 is endings, right? There is massive endings on every level right now. What's up, Jennifer? All these massive endings are, man, they are really, it's hard to even put into words these energies, because we've never seen anything like this before. So all we know is that we are all feeling like the same kind of intensity, right? And you might question things. This is like, it feels like everything's going to fall apart, but this is right before everything comes together. This is the darkness before the dawn, okay? This is where it really counts. This is where like suddenly you can feel like, wow, like I thought this thing was going to work out. It didn't. I don't know how I'm going to go forward with this, or I don't know what's going to happen with me and this person, or how I'm going to, you know, feed my kids. I mean, it's going to be the end of that fear as well. Okay. But it's going to require faith to be able to offer the universe to full activation of letting go, right? The more suppressed we are, right? The more suppressed we are, the more it's going to make it difficult for this process to happen. Now we're going to experience super crazy ascension symptoms. Like literally just when I did like that, my shoulder is killing me. Just hold up to the side. Now, granted, I do have torn tendons in here, but normally it doesn't hurt like that. So just moving like that right now, just talking about this is actually making my body feel pain. Now, right now, I'm no stranger to pain. I'm sure you aren't either. There's a whole lot of pain going on around for everyone, but this is where we're at. This is what we got to do. This is what we got to process, right? Rising like the phoenix. Fuck yeah, karma. That's what I'm talking about. Karma, you're playing a predominant role right now in the world with Saturn at 29 degrees of Capricorn. You're like, well, who's your karma, bitch? So I just wanted to, remind you guys that also Chiron is stationed basically this next 3 or 4 days. It goes direct on the 15th, but that means also that, when it stations, especially Chiron sits between Saturn and Uranus. So this is a very slow moving planet. So with it being stationed on the 13th and 14th, basically the entire week before, like right now and up until like the 21st, it's going to be when the energy is at its most potent form. It's at 4 degrees of Aries. And it is trining to Venus this weekend, which is, making it okay for us to be vulnerable. But it depends on how you respond or how you process vulnerability, right? So we're going to be processing some energies, guys, like some major energies. And once Chiron goes direct, the only planet that's still retrograde is Uranus. Uranus has got another month. I think it goes direct actually exactly on Inauguration Day or somewhere around there. And that's when Mars is going to be conjunct Uranus, which is going to be fucking trippy. And all these guys, all these energies, man, get ready for some wacky, crazy fucking changes here in the next week or two. It's going to be nuts. With all this back and forth, I don't think that the other thing that everybody's talking about that is going to become mandatory. I don't think it's going to happen. There's too much light in the world now for people to fall for that shit. Plus, I mean, they're already showing people testing false positive for HIV, people getting Bell's palsy, people dying. I mean, you're seeing this shit. Like, how in your right mind could you inject something like that into your body? It's absolutely blows my mind. I don't get it, but I will follow my own heart, my own gut, my own intuition. So let's stay. We have to stay in a way like righteous per se, but righteous in a positive way. Like self-righteousness can be a little narcissistic. We don't want to be narcissistic. We want to just be like, we need camaraderie. We need the people that we can trust and love and know that we got our backs no matter what, that we're all going to stick together, because who knows what the hell is going to happen. But it's going to be something that transforms all of our view on how humanity exists. It's going to be big. So, yeah, look at how much things have changed in a year. No shit. So, with whatever happens, be prepared to go in an unexpected direction. And hopefully, I believe they're going to be a positive direction, but it could be very unexpected, right? So sometimes the most unexpected things that seem really terrible in the moment actually turn out to be the best things that ever happened to us. It's just, you don't really know what to do with it yet. So on, and of course on the 13th, we're also in a dark moon before the new moon. So, there's this very deep, big feeling, especially Sunday into Monday, of suddenly feeling completely disconnected from source, right? Wow, that's an interesting name. Philithifer, Ankh, Creole, biracial, conjure, witch. Holy shit, try saying that 5 times fast. So Sunday into Monday, there may be a period of time where you feel completely disconnected from source. And it doesn't make any sense, and you don't know why, and you suddenly feel lost. That's going to be temporary, okay? If you do feel that. Some people may not, but I think a lot of people will. So stay vigilant in your faith, in your trust, in stepping into this new version of life, okay? Don't try to figure it out, especially with the moon in Scorpio. Let's see here. On the 12th, the moon will be finishing up in Scorpio. So, but it's going to conjunct Venus, and it's going to trine over to Chiron. So that's going to be nice, vulnerable, emotional, but again, it depends on what you surround yourself with. I will say though, that whatever karmic stuff that you have not finished facing or dealing with at least the last 2.5 years, that shit's going to come and say hi, because it has to, because you can't carry it with you into the Jupiter, Saturn, and Aquarius. It can't happen. So all that stuff, whatever karma you're going to deal with, bam. I'm praying that I don't really have I think I paid my karma. I think I paid my dues. Karma, have I paid you? Yeah. So let's be vulnerable. Let's be vigilant. Let's stay in our heart centers. And let's try to enjoy the ride the best we can, and stick together, right? Camaraderie, connectedness, community. That's what this is all about. All right. So this one wasn't too long, but, I just want to come out here and tell you guys that I love you and I'm here for you. And please message me if you would like a reading. Go to my website, spiritualbodybuilder.com, 40% off. Yeah, let's get it done. Fuck yeah, Nefertiti. All right. I love y'all. Astrology readings, 40% off for the next week. Check it out, get it done, and check out the opportunity community. One love. Have a great, great night.